cultural heritage, of course, is well known. Our scientific heritage should also be well known. For example, we had an edge as far as medicine was concerned, and the systems of medicine that were being practiced in our country thousands of years ago were even recorded, and they are part of the Vedas. So there were people who were being very systematic in trying to see what happens when you take a particular root, or when you take a particular shoot, when you take a particular seed, when you take a particular fruit, leaf, when you boil it, when you take it with the, after you cook it, when you say roast it, when you fry it, whatever. And they kept on observing. So in medicine we had a clear edge. In surgery we had a huge edge. We had, there are museums which tell us that the type of tools that were being used for surgery in ancient India were some things which have been adapted and are still in use in modern surgical practice even today. In eye treatment, there was such a fantastic type of work which was being done here, again, in ancient India. So it's not as if that we were very rich in culture and we stayed with culture. No, and probably that's equally true with Indonesia or with several other societies that were and have a rich history. Because that is how one survives. Otherwise there would have been natural disasters which would have overtaken us. The fact that we survived years and years of natural calamities which would have been there, definitely there would have been huge earthquakes, there would have been ocean current, there would have been cyclones, and we seem to have survived all that. It means that it's only a matter of being able to locate that space in our history, in our recording, as to what is it that was happening. In metallurgy, even today, there are tribes which do fantastic things. They raise temperatures up to 1200 degrees Celsius using only organic waste, which seems to be almost impossible, and they do it. And they were doing it in ancient times when they were making swords and shields and spears and the stirrup for the horse. Incidentally, the stirrup for the horse was first developed in India. And that was something like, I don't know how many years BC. So the moment you do that, the horse becomes a useful animal. Because then you can ride it. And you can ride it with comfort. So our culture is rich both with science and, of course, arts. And perhaps you wanted to paint a rosy picture, so that I am. And yet I must tell you something which is worrying us. Our young people want to pursue lines which give them a lot of money. Which means they want to go in for management, they want to go in for IT, and other such new professions. They don't want to necessarily stay on in science and research. That's worrying us. And therefore, when the Children's Science Congress was first evolved, it was for this purpose, that give the children an opportunity to understand what is scientific research, to get a feel for this. And then, of course, in comes Dr. Kalam, a scientist who is also a role model. We have been able to ensure that he is able to excite a lot of young people. So that is how we have the Children's Science Congress. Now it's 15th year, and we hope to continue it, hope to make it richer, hope to make it more different, to ensure that children do get a lot of feel for good research. And I think problem solving is a very important skill, and that is what is being emphasized through these mechanisms.